¿Qué ondas, primos y primas? And welcome back to My Primos Podcast. My name is Freddie. With me tonight is my primo and yours, el siete, el chicume. Say what's up, Walter.
Oh, what's up? Yeah.
Estás confundido.
I'm
Well,
having
for
trouble
those of you
following.
guys listening,
I'm having
thanks again for...
directions.
You haven't even let me finish, man. Let me finish. You can
Bro, let
interrupt
me
later.
say hi. Say hi.
You were confused. Say hi.
I'm
Let me see. Go.
prefacing it.
A ver.
I don't want to anymore.
Oh, mira, de rogar. Well, guys, thanks for listening to us. Appreciate you guys' patience with the shows coming out. Know you can follow us on social media at My Primos Podcast. You can listen to the show and our back catalog, all 4.5 seasons, on any of your podcast services. Let us know what you guys think. Hit us up at My Primos Podcast.
It's a solid
Walter.
4 seasons, man. It's solid 4 seasons.
Solid 4 seasons? Solid 4? Yeah. How's 5 going so far?
It's going.
Okay. It's not up to par. What do you think is the best season?
I don't think there's a best season. It's just, hopefully we're getting better at it. Hopefully I interrupt less. Hopefully, you've always been kind of good at what you do. But like, for example, me and Eddie thought about recording yesterday because you couldn't make it. But I was like, I don't want to talk to my brother.
Why not? So look, we've always been on all the episodes.
We need an arbiter in between us because we'll probably end up getting in a fight and crying and then hugging it out or something.
Wow, maybe that's good. That's good content,
Yeah, but hey,
that's what we need.
There always has to be an arbiter. So, and you're that. You kind of position yourself, or either I pushed you into that position, right?
The arbiter, is that a Halo reference?
Oh shit, it's out today. The next one. That's something we need to talk about.
All right, so last time we met up, you were going out of town. No, you said you wanted to talk about something that happened.
No, not necessarily. Just catch up like we always do. I guess I'll go first, but Laredo, like always, I'm fucking always over there. On the way, because after that, what's the last episode we recorded? That was with Time Machine, right? And then we did one, and then this is, you see, kind of like the fucking, it starts getting blurry, like whenever you kind of.
Does that mean you're not gonna come back? You're not having fun anymore? They're not memorable?
No, like when you haven't done it for a week, and then the other week passes by, and it's like, oh shit, like when are we actually recording? Which is what happened this week, right? Kind of like trying to catch up, but probably like a late episode posting right this week. But
yeah, it looks like it.
But no, I was like, again out in Laredo for that project. Finally, we're done. Like I think I mentioned last time, like they had my ass actually working out there. So hopefully we're done with it. Very wholly unprepared for this project, at least on the company side. Kind of revealed a lot of things about the structure within it, which kind of made me a little hesitant about, taking a position and kind of thinking about a future within the company, So I've been applying. I got one interview a few weeks ago. We'll see how that goes. Started putting my resume out there again. So we'll see. So been doing that. They actually just, they had like a crawfish boil at the company, but they left.
I'm not into crawfish, dude. People here love the crawfish in the South.
I get it. I agree with you. It's a lot of work for very little.
Like too much work for like barely any carnita, and then it gets messy, and it's like I'm spoiled.
Welcome to Lucy's. Welcome to a lot of work just to get that little piece of meat from Stanley. Is that like more like a metaphor for men? But como dicen,
I don't know.
I don't
know
heard
what
that?
you meant with that.
You've never heard that saying? And you say, "Me tengo que chingar a todo el puerco para una salchicha." Like you never heard.
No, never heard that one.
I've heard Mexican people say that a lot. I've heard that. But anyways, yeah, they did that, and then just got home. They saved me some in the fridge, but as soon as I popped up into the the parking lot where we drop off samples, it smelled like really bad. Like it was.
No,
So
have
it's like,
you ever
yeah,
smelled bad shrimp or like
I
bad?
just did. Like it just smelled really
No,
foul,
it
and I
smells
re-
like like chloro, like bleached.
hmm,
Like it has like
that's
some
interesting.
weird like bleached smell and
I
like
would have said it smells like fucking fish sauce from Thai food, which is fucking
okay.
delicious. Um, but
Is
anyways,
it
I just got
delicious
back
or is it bad?
from I mean, the smell was reminiscent of fucking ass and fish sauce, but but hey,
This
it's
is the guy that eats 2-day-old Chinese food out of the car,
hey
right?
man, yeah, I'm still alive. Um,
What doesn't kill us just makes us
yeah, it just
stronger.
makes you stronger. That micro, what is that what do you call it? That bioflora or intestinal flora is strong, right? But
And
no, I
the
was
microplastics you eat, all
yeah,
that, right?
yep. I was out in Seguin again. Seguin. Seguin.
Según.
Um so I just got back from there. I was last time I stayed out there, but it's only an hour away, and I was like, I've been on the road.
You
I
want to
was
come
out on the
home?
road. Yeah, I wanted to be home and fucking eat at home, and take some food with me, a sandwich or something, and eat it. Because you get sick of
Oh, you know what, man?
fucking
Me and Lucia were
you
talking about how
uh-huh.
I was having a mean craving because I haven't had it in a while. A straight up just ham or ham and cheese sandwich, like just straight up.
I'm the same way. Like I'm the same way. Like I'll completely not eat sandwiches, but then all of a sudden, like a simple lame ass ham
Yeah,
and cheese, like
some mayo,
something that
maybe some
Jimmy,
lettuce.
nothing, not even that. Así un pinche sándwich pedorro, huevón or sopa huevona. Like you just get like craving for like the simplest of food, like something that Jimmy would probably eat. Like that's it. Like that's all you want. But yeah, you
Man, I
get a
wish I
craving
ate
for
like
that.
James. Man, Jimmy eats like he eats whatever he wants, but he eats like uno. And maybe it's because we grew up without. So when people put food in front of us, we feel like
No,
I gotta destroy this plate, whatever it
I
is.
agree. I agree. A lot of that is finish your fucking food, be grateful for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. I don't like people that even pray before they eat, but then they leave half the plate. Like, what the fuck is that kind of thanks for Jesus, both the one above and the one picking your food, right? Um, so then, anyways, it feels like we're getting where were we at?
No, we were just talking. You were talking about
Oh
missing
yeah,
the
but yeah,
sandwich.
I get tired of fucking gas station food because you wake up in the morning. Sometimes I'll go to I'll go to Walmart or to like HEB at the any of the
No,
towns
but
I'm
you do
at.
miss like the
Yeah, but
home
that's what
ham
I'm getting at.
sandwich
Like,
or like
yeah,
la
exactly. So then,
tortilla wrapped around something, you know?
something that's been touched by my dirty hands, or uh, and you get tired of gas station food, and you try to go to the HEB or Walmart to go pick up a salad or something the day before, and then eventually you're too tired or it's too late, and you just end up picking up something quick at the gas station, and it's like after a week of only eating gas station food, it's very unhealthy.
No, es que
I'm
mi
trying to stay
mamá right now,
I'm
she's
trying to stay away from bread, but let me get it. I'm trying to stay away from bread. So lately, all I've been doing is like going and just ordering chicken nuggets, like I'm a little kid.
but that's
Like,
breaded chicken.
yeah, but that's like, to me, that's like the simplest, healthiest thing. It's
That's
like
the
I eat.
healthiest thing for you is a chicken nugget.
Come on, like at fucking Burger King. What up? Like,
Fuck Burger King. You know,
you
me and
know,
Lucia wanted to go to Burger King and we had like a whole panic attack. I was like, what the fuck?
panic attack.
$30 for
Oh
two
yeah,
meals.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's getting
It's
expensive.
ridiculous.
It's getting expensive because it's coincidentally. Let me share something like for work, they give you $50 a day for food, right? This is one of the reasons I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start looking for
That's why
work.
you eat Burger
I don't,
King because they give
I
you
don't like
50
this,
bucks a day for you.
which is not bad actually. Like,
No, it's not. You could buy
yeah,
two
yeah.
Burger King meals and maybe three,
No,
and you'll
you
be
can
okay.
actually. No, what I'll do, I'll sometimes I'll go to Walmart, buy a big old bag of oranges, a big old bag of apples, a big old case of water, and a bunch of like Topo Chicos, and then that's how, that's what I'll do, and then again, that's like refundable, and you get $50, and then the last day on Friday that I was no Saturday that I was headed back here, um, when you're traveling back, they only give you $25. Okay, but I didn't feel like eating. My tummy wasn't feeling too well. So todo me daba asco. Because as soon as you start getting old, like when you're younger, you can pound a burger and be ready for another one in the next few hours, right? Now you have to be stoned or drunk to fucking dive into a big ass fucking double, whatever the fuck, triple cheese and all this other shit.
A 4 by
So then,
4 animal
yeah, all that stuff.
fries.
Like, no, that's not something I can tackle anymore. So then, yeah. So then on Saturday when I was headed back, I didn't I didn't feel too good, so I didn't even have breakfast. We did some testing, really simple testing. We headed back, and on the way back, I literally pulled over 4 times to 4 different gas stations. One of them was for chicken gizzards again, but
Oh
they didn't have any.
God.
Um, but then after that, like I even pulled over at Bucky's, and Bucky's is big, right? Like I walked around the perimeter of the store. It's like a huge Walmart for those that don't know. It's like a Walmart of gas stations. They literally make no money on their gas sales because they make most of their money on you walking in and buying food and dumb shit, right?
Fucking
Um,
Bucky's beach towel in the
yeah,
middle of Temple,
exactly.
Texas.
Fuck it. Actually, they just opened Bucky's just opened up their first store
Hey, what is it
outside
with
of
Bucky's? Is it
Texas.
just because it's like a traveling thing? But people here
It's
like,
dope. It's dope. There's unlimited pumps. There's like literally a shit ton of pumps. And they've got it's good for road tripping. Like if you're road tripping across Texas and you want
yeah,
to have a good
I like Bucky's because they have good bathrooms.
the
Like,
cleanest. As soon as you come out, every fucking stall has a hand sanitizer inside of it. Outside of it, it has another one. Every pee station has a hand sanitizer, and it's like, um, so that anyways, very.
yeah, but who
I
wants to buy
recommend
a
it.
Bucky's branded barbecue? You know what I mean? Like,
They have good. They have good stuff. I'm gonna tell you,
I'm
They have
just
really good stuff.
always wondering why
Um,
Bucky's is a big deal. I want a Bucky's T-shirt, a
It is,
Bucky's hat,
and
the Bucky leg
on
warmers.
top of that, they pay really well for the type of jobs that you would usually assume are not paid so good. It's like they're like the Costco of gas stations. Like they actually pay well, compared to like between Costco's and
So what? You
Sam's
couldn't
and shit.
find what a salad? Is that what you're saying?
No, todo me dio asco, todo me dio asco. Entonces, okay, you know what? By the time I realized it, I stopped the fourth time and no me gustó nada. It's pura fast food, right? And again, I'm not fucking my body's a temple either. Like I'll eat anything, but sometimes you just not in the mood. I made it home and no había comido nada, and I just got home and my mom had food, so I ate some food. So then I submitted my timesheet with all the receipts because you're supposed to submit receipts for you to get
You're
refunded, which is
expensing
weird.
everything.
Yeah, and it's understandable because they have to also prove that somebody was out there. Blah blah blah. Point being is that Saturday I didn't buy anything. I had fruit and candies on me, so that's what I ate a little bit of that. And then they told me, "Oh, there's no receipt," but I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't buy any food." Oh, and then they send me an email saying, "Oh, per our policy, blah 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 blah. You
Give
need
us
to
the money
submit a
back.
receipt. You need to submit a receipt." And I told them, "You know what? Just keep the $25. I don't have a receipt. What do you want me? You want me to forge it? I didn't buy anything. Just." And then the admin sent an email and CC'd the main guy in the department and said, uh we need a receipt per our blah 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 policy. And then in bold red, this fucking lady uh puts the guy's name and says, what do you want to do, in red.
Mm, okay.
Right. And then I respond immediately. I even pulled over because I was headed to the job site.
Yeah.
I've been pulled over and I was like, you know what, take it off. I do not have a receipt. I did not eat anything. I did not feel like eating. Take it off. Don't worry about it. And then she followed up with that, and that's it. So next time, what I'm gonna do, even if because it doesn't matter what I do, I still get the money for the food.
Yeah.
So to me, I don't know. It feels a little bit weird that on top they give you
They want you to
They
think
give
about it. It's
you
a tax write-off. It's a business expense.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's got
Yeah.
a little bit scammy there, where they're
That's
trying to.
tranzas, dude.
Yeah, el que no transa no avanza, ¿va? Pero lo que me cayó mal es que me dijeron, no, you're not getting the money. Okay, fuck it. But then what I'm going to do now, and these are like silent forms of resistance, right? Or whatever you want to call them.
You're protest.
I'm a literally coming forward, I'm gonna literally just submit a receipt where I bought an apple at the gas station. That's it. You bought a
Stupid.
$1 apple or one banana. That's because if I like, there's goes the
Can't you
receipt.
just when you go
You
to
know,
Walmart and buy the
no,
the
no, no.
bunch?
But at this point, I just want to do it to annoy them. Every day, I'm gonna be like Walter, ate apples, ate one apple a day every day. Yeah, I took because that's the thing that the first time I traveled with them, because in other companies that I've been, they don't care. Here's the money, stay where you want, eat whatever you want. They don't care for the receipts. But
All
here
right.
apparently you have to submit receipts. So I'm like, anyways, but besides that, yeah, I was in Laredo. And something kind of like it kind of relates to what's going on internationally, globally. Um, I was with the other guy. We were doing some testing where you need two people, and you kind of put a rod in the ground, and you have to drop a weight, and that weight is attached to a rod, and you drop it a certain amount of times. So you're getting a workout, and it's like values based on the number of blow counts where you drop the hammer. You kind of determine the structural viability of a pavement, right? It's getting
Great
boring.
podcast. Yeah, keep
Uh-huh.
going.
But point being, we were doing that, and we did it in various locations in Eagle Pass at the crossing. Eagle Pass. They have Eagle Pass 1 and 2. When we were doing the second one, which is a more commercial one, it seems like the other one is there was a lot more pedestrian traffic. Um, all of a sudden, like I because we were by the train by the train tracks, and these train track a company, I guess, that monitors the train tracks passed by, right? And we saw them, they looked at us,
Yeah.
whatever. Because yeah, there's cameras everywhere, and at different angles. Because you need to be, vetted to kind of access those sites. And then all of a sudden, like I looked past the train tracks, and I saw two women walking, and I saw them, but they're a little bit like about a block and a half away, something like that. And then I go ahead and just kind of keep doing what I'm doing and then I look again, and they're getting closer and closer. And at first, I just ignored them, like, "Hey, I'm gonna mind my own business," right? But no,
Yeah.
like when I looked the last time, like they were like really close. So at that point, I've kind of like acknowledged them. Y eran dos muchachas, and they both had backpacks. One of them had her hand wrapped in a shirt, and the other one had her face like bloody, like super scratched and bloody. And they just come up to us y nos preguntan, hey, ¿a dónde está la migra? ¿Dónde está la caseta de la migra? Y le decimos, oh, le digo, esta no es la migra, le digo yo, pero es customs, los de, que se encargan. Pero allí, si usted se va para esa caseta, and we were going to enter that facility, actually.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
we were supposed to enter that because we were like right outside the fence, and I told her, vaya a esa caseta y ahí tiene que estar alguien. And then they started walking away, y le pregunté de dónde vienen, les dije yo, because they look darker than the typical Mexican along the border, which I've come to kind of um, observe or notice that are more whiter in complexion because it's más norteño, like
Okay.
Mexican people from the north are they're a lot more, they're like your skin tone. It seems like the Chihuahua, Coahuila, todo eso ahí va. So then I asked them, ¿dónde vienen? Porque I was going to say, oh shit, they're probably from Central America. I said, and I think they said Veracruz or something like that. I forget, but it was a southern state. And then I asked, ¿están bien? ¿Cómo están bien? ¿Qué te pasó en la cara? Y dijo, no, es que me tocó meterme they were like hiding under the train or something. Like
What?
they were hiding under the train, and it seems that one of them had to like get under, and in the process of getting under the train, she scratched all her face on the rocks or on some spikes. She didn't get into any like details of what happened, but one of them had like a bloody nose and face, but not bloody in terms of coming out her nostrils. It was like on her face, just kind of splattered. And then the other one had her at one point. I thought that the one that had her hand wrapped, she probably
Yeah.
socked her, or they got in a fight or something. It's like, did they just get in a fight? But no, it sounds like they had crossed the border, and they made it across, and they were like in they were already in the United States. They could have easily continued walking, and if nobody would have stopped them, they would have been in the United States. But then, as I asked them that, the other one said, "No, dice, es que cruzamos, y estamos escondidas y dijo, no, 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 ya no podemos, ya no aguantamos, mejor nos vamos a entregar", dijo, porque
Wow.
está peligroso y nos pueden terminar contando un brazo ahí en el tren por andar metiéndonos allá abajo. Y ya
Damn.
la muchacha nos dijo, ¿tienen agua? And the guy, we were in his truck,
Yeah.
and we always carry water, so he gave him like those big old smart water, the big old ones,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he gave 2 to each one of them. I've never seen somebody drink water that fast. Like they drank that water like if they were frat boys at a party, you know, like when they fucking
Yeah.
just do the whole thing where they spin it.
No, man, it's fuck, man. I mean, you don't know how long it's been since they were able to drink water,
Yeah,
or it's
exactly.
hot out there. It's been
Shit,
hot in Texas, So
one day is enough to have you drinking
yeah,
water off a trough like a cow, right? But or a horse, but like it kind of put things in perspective. It's like, damn, like we're living the American dream. We're out here swinging hammer and sweating balls and ass, and I'm complaining about it. But then there's people that want to come here and do that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But yeah, just kind of which made me think about what's actually happening there with the Haitian people that were coming to the border and under the bridge, which then kind of I don't know if you've kind of been aware that I was talking to some of the CBP officers there, and they were talking about how there's Russian and Ukrainian people camping out in Mexico at the entry points, trying to cross and come into United States for as a refugees, you know. Um, but then it's weird because they've been denying entry to Centroamericanos, Haitian
yeah.
people
But they're letting
under
the Ukrainians and Russians in.
wait. I looked into a little bit. I looked into it a little bit, and they've been denying entrance to everybody, you know, the global south, as they call it, brown people, through Article 42, something like that. I'm not too sure what the details about that is, but they've been kind of quoting that a lot, and they use that article to kind of deny entry to a lot of people. But in some cases, they've it's been reported that the U.S. government and the Mexican government, hacia down low, a la, you know, la sorda, they're crossing people like Ukrainians. Or for the Russians, they're not letting the Russians cross, but it kind of puts things into perspective in terms of being here, coming here, trying to get here, who we let in and who we don't. You know what I mean? Um, but same stuff that's been happening all the time so far. It seems a lot more close to home whenever you get to interact.
I looked it up right now. Is it, you said Article 42 or Title
Yeah,
42?
Title 42 article for, I'm not too sure, but it's they're talking about how they need to get rid of it to facilitate access to refugees, which include Ukrainians. So then it actually, if they get rid of it for Ukrainians, it might actually benefit Central Americans and Haitian people that have been trying to get kind
Well,
of,
if I'm finding this right, if I'm wrong, let me know, guys. I'm not an expert, but just looking online. It says Title 42 is in reference to preventing entrance into the U.S.
yeah,
to
okay.
anybody migrating from a country that had a communal disease.
Hmm.
So I don't know how that's being
Well,
used to prevent.
the whole world has had
Yeah,
a communal disease, so that's actually easy to apply. That's like a blanket statement that you can apply to anybody. So that's actually works perfectly because COVID is still going on, right? And China, especially,
yeah.
they're shutting down China. They're still talking about a fourth boost for the vaccinations that's coming up, that the CDC is kind of pushing forward, or recommending.
It's not
So
really about COVID. It's not.
yeah,
It's
it's
just
actually not about COVID. That's what we're trying to get to. That it seems like it obviously not is just a cop out that they use to not let people in, but it seems that now that that there's a Ukrainian there's Ukrainian refugees at the border, southern border. They're trying to get rid of it to facilitate entrance to refugees. But then again, they've been talking about how like Central American people and Haitian people are like, what the fuck? Like, I've been in line this whole time, and these folks get to cut in line and go in, right? So then there's been people in over there have been making that observation, or people that have been waiting for what seems like years now, right, to try and get into the United States. Backpackers, as we used to say, but most recently, and again, it seems like,
from what I'm reading about it, is that apparently the administration is looking at getting rid of it. So it's something that's been used. It's unlawful. So I'm reading about it now more and more. It just seems like everybody's coming to an agreement that this needs to get taken out. Trump started it, so it's a reason to get rid of it.
Yep. So anyway, that was something that I was down there.
No, I mean, it's kind of a wake up call reminder that people still come across you working there, just doing your thing. You come across these two women trying to survive and just make it, and you saben that they made it. They still think they're trying to get through.
That was the weird part. I actually haven't told anybody, but it was weird because I'm like I was thinking, like, if they cleaned up a little bit with shit, I was gonna tell them like, hey, no mas. But then I'm like, okay, who am I to, maybe they're done, they're tired, they're, because if they could have just like put a new pair of clothes on and cleaned the blood off their face, they could have literally just walked on the sidewalk and nobody would stop you, because you're literally at the border. You have border patrol cars coming in and out, passing you all the time. Like, border patrol there is like a cop, even more. Like, it's actually, you see border patrol more than you do see a cop in the towns that are just across at the border. So then it's like, you can literally, and I mean, this is what I observed, I might be wrong, but you could literally exist in that space and they wouldn't stop you because everybody there is Mexican. Everybody there, like, I literally don't see any white people when I'm at those border towns. It's like, I don't see any white people. Like, it's all Latino.
Well, maybe you guys gave them water and gave them hope. You never know. A ver qué pasa.
No, but
they're okay.
No, but it's weird because, like, the border patrol truck van, it was a van, border patrol van pulled up, and there was two people in the back behind, because you can see that the van had like a fenced partition, in the back, and then they pulled up and they just turned around and left, and the other guys were like trying to wave them down to come, and but hopefully they got medical attention, and they looked like they were done. They were like, you know what, I'm done. Because even if you make it across at that
now
point,
what?
If they don't know anybody, now what? Like, like when you're coming out of Laredo or Eagle Pass or Del Rio, like, you eventually go past the checkpoint, and so I mean, hopefully they got good. Get some medical care and they get to go back home, because if they the shittiest thing would be that you end up in limbo in the detention center for just so that some corporation gets to bill the American people to hold you there, because that happens a lot. To
wrap you in aluminum foil and just hold you.
And charge you for state-of-the-art facilities and the most recent medical care, and all they're doing is literally, and it's been documented, all they do is give you water.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was Greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
But yeah,
No,
anyways.
no.
That's
No, well,
kinda
let's
what
talk
was
about the
happening.
big thing. This weekend was the Oscars. Will
Oh,
Smith
some
slapped
madre.
Chris Rock across the
Like,
face.
you know, we're going from third world, we're
Yep.
going from real issues to like first world.
First world problems.
Some motherfucker, slapped.
So by now, everybody knows what's going on. If you haven't been on the internet in the last 48 hours, but pretty much that's what's up. Like, what do you guys think about this whole thing, Walter? Well, your brother and you were talking. Well, you didn't have an opinion, but Edwin did.
¿Qué onda, Primos y Primas? This is your Primo Eden. And I'm currently editing the episode, and I just heard most of the part where the Primos talk about with the Will Smith and Chris Rock incident of this last Oscars, the 94th Oscars, where Will Smith strikes Chris Rock in the face. And yeah, I'm pretty sure all of you guys are tired like myself, right? But the Primos, I believe Stanley might be using me as a device to see where both camps of the argument is at, where some people are saying that Will Smith did the right thing by slapping Chris Rock in the face to defend his wife's honor. That was correct. And the other camp is like, no, that was not supposed to be done. Why did you do that? Blah, 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 right? There's two camps of it. And I believe that they might be using me to as a device to explain one side of the argument. But if anybody's going to put words in my mouth, it might as well be me. And if anybody's going to put a foot in my mouth, it might as well be me. Okay, so my take on this, because I do have an opinion on this. Initially, when I first saw all of this, and I saw Will Smith hit him in the face, hitting Chris Rock in the face, I thought, I was like, kudos, kudos. And then actually, I did say where he deserved it, right? Honestly. So, but with time after seeing everything, I reflected upon it. But I was just saying, I thought it's like, you know what? Kudos for him for defending his wife's honor. Now, after thinking about it and all these things, I do think that freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences to what you say. And this both applies to Chris Rock, and this also applies to Will Smith, right? Did Chris Rock deserve it? No. Did he deserve to be criticized for what he said, for a joke, regardless if it's good or bad? Yeah. He should be checked. There should be consequences to anything that he says. Anything. Right? Because that's the beauty about freedom of speech. But our words have weight. Right? Regardless if it's good or bad. There's always going to be somebody who doesn't like what you say. Now, did Will Smith have the right to feel upset after seeing how that joke affected his wife? Yeah. So initially when I saw that, I was like, yeah, kudos for standing up for your wife's honor, right? But was the recourse that he took the right one? No, I don't think so either. There were so many approaches that Will Smith could have taken. Talk to him after the show, have somebody approach him about, hey, what you did, or simply just sue him if he didn't feel happy with it. There were so many other things, right? But yeah, in short, again, I am an adamant believer that freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences, but it falls within context. If Will Smith wanted to do something about it, he could have just first talk to him, give him a chance to explain himself, give him a chance to apologize, perhaps. And if Chris Rock didn't want to respond or apologize, then Will Smith could have taken it from there. Also, Will Smith could have made this a private affair instead of involving everybody. The Primos mentioned they robbed their moment. First of all, fuck the Oscars. Yeah, people fought hard for that, but personally, I don't care. It's just some first world problems. No me incumbre. But yeah, I don't know. But there's and I can go. We can go into depth with this even more topic, but we'll leave it at that. Maybe we'll talk about the next episode. Well, guys, back to the show.
Edding was of the opinion that Chris Rock deserved it because he said freedom of speech doesn't come without consequences, and that he rightfully so deserved to get slapped because he said something about his wife.
That was I mean, that was kind of like a semi-gentleman slap. Sort of
Not
like
semi. He leaned into it and slapped that dude.
A gentleman slap wouldn't be that hard. Like it would just be, I do.
He didn't backhand him.
A duel.
The slap was insulting. You know, like he couldn't even. People were talking about it, and I kind of understand it. They're even saying that a slap was worse than if he would have punched him. That means that he didn't consider him enough of a man to punch and all this junk, you know?
I mean, besides that, have you ever been hit in your ear?
But he didn't get hit in the ear. He got hit right in the face.
He could have been hit in the ear.
Sure, he could have been stabbed too. Could have, but what happened was he got slapped, right?
Yeah,
so because he made a joke about his wife, and the term they're using is very mild joke at the Oscars when everybody was getting picked on here and there, you know, Wanda Sykes and the women hosting.
Like I agree with what Eddie is saying, and it's like if you say something, there's going to be consequences, but there's also going to be consequences for what Will Smith did. He went up there and slapped the motherfucker. What are going to be the consequences for him?
That's the issue. People are saying that the Oscars, I guess the Oscar people, the producers or whatever, they're talking about taking away his Oscar.
No, and the thing is that Chris Rock didn't even write the fucking joke. The writers did. Like the writers actually wrote the joke, and he was just kind of like
delivering it.
I mean, like comedians of the caliber of Chris Rock, these motherfuckers do shit on the fly, right? Like they just kind of go with it. They don't need to go and rehearse. They don't need to go out there and sit and where am I gonna stand? Where am I gonna go? No, these guys are professionals, right? So gave him the script, cool. Prompter with the jokes to kind of keep an outline, right, of what should happen and what kind of like keep a timeline of what's coming up at what time, because it's all cued, right?
Yeah.
So then this motherfucker said the joke that they invited him to host and say, and some white writers only did in the fucking
G.I. Jane joke that's really dated. You know,
but it's not the. I mean, how is that at the same time? Like, isn't G.I. Jane like this badass?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Like that movie was ahead of. I don't know how good it was in terms of its writing, but in terms of,
I liked it. Actually, I thought it was okay.
On paper, what it represented was like a Scott. What's it called? She was trying to do that whole from Aliens.
No, she wasn't Ripley. She was.
I know, like Ripley, but this strong female character, which back then, did you come across a lot of that? What I'm trying to say is that on paper, it was ahead of its time, because I mean, I don't know how good the movie was, the writing.
Maybe it's the way he delivered it. Like he was trying to poke fun, right? Because if she would have come on and go, "Hey, there's Jada Smith, G.I. Jane," the way it's delivered, like, yeah, But long story short,
is it the worst joke in the world?
It's not even that good of a joke.
It's not good of a joke. It's not even, I mean, I don't know. Like, is alopecia a death sentence? Like, are you going to die from it? It's like if somebody makes fun of my teeth, which a lot of people have, because I don't have the nicest, straightest look.
You can't even talk.
I have a lisp, developing a lisp. Teeth, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, there's certain things that you don't touch, right? There's certain things that you do touch, but you have to give it time, right? Like I remember, like nobody would make jokes about 9/11, right, for a long time, and then eventually comedians started coming out and joking about it. So you have to also give a certain subject or thing time to kind of. But it seems excessive, to be honest. To me, it seems excessive, and especially we're talking about like I don't know. It feels like I'm a very emotional person. Like if somebody does something, like I'll jump at it. I wonder like how emotional was he?
But look,
Like,
let's go
you
back
know,
to what everybody's been talking about. Everybody's seen the video. He was laughing at the joke until he looked over at his wife,
and
and when
she didn't.
she didn't
Yeah,
like it, then he reacted, right?
yeah.
And so that's the big thing. There's too many variables. I like the conversation, but everybody's talking things like if The Rock was delivering that joke, would he run up on stage and try to slap The Rock?
No, he wouldn't have done it.
So,
No, he
or if
wouldn't.
Wanda Sykes was on stage telling that joke, would he run up and try to slap her?
No, he wouldn't have done it.
He took that opportunity knowing that Chris Rock is the type of dude that's gonna
And
one,
don't they
he's not
know
very
each other too? Like I mean, they know each
yeah,
other.
they know each other. But there's all that I feel like it's a lot of propaganda on his side of people, like his people building up
Whose
this
people?
has been building up for
Whose
years.
people? Whose people?
Will Smith's people.
Uh-huh.
Because they this
Okay,
is
let me tell you
building up for
something.
years.
Remember one time we got in an argument too, right? One time we kind of got like, I remember we were at, I forget when, but it's like it's easy to kind of confront people that you feel comfortable with, or
It
not,
is.
right?
Yeah.
Like somebody you feel comfortable with, like you confront them or you take them for
You know
granted,
how
or
far you can push it.
yeah, without, and you might come to a few blows, but you know that this motherfucker is not gonna knock you out unconscious or stab you and kick you in the head. It's you know what I mean.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
talking, we're talking from a male perspective because this is a man slapping a man. Let's keep it like there's some cultural nuance there in which you have to kind of, because a woman is, I mean, maybe they would, but if would a woman go and slap another woman? I don't know what she like.
I don't know. Maybe we can ask one
I
of our
don't know,
listeners at
but
My Primos Podcast. Let
yeah,
us know.
but a man slapped a much smaller. Like Chris Rock is so small and like
Well,
bony.
look,
And,
let's give like everybody's been kind of bringing this up, right? If it was anybody else, and props to Chris Rock because he didn't retaliate. He didn't like drop the
shit, I
ball. He
would have
kept it
walked.
moving.
I would have walked off and been like, whatever. Somebody's fucking your wife or something, right? Because supposedly
Yeah.
she had an entanglement in August or something
I
like
love
that.
how physics now she couldn't help it. It was
Yeah.
a scientific
Entanglement.
anomaly.
Yeah.
She got entangled with this kid. But point
Yeah.
is, the real question is that right?
That's no
Eddie-
criticism. Like
no,
that's the relationship.
whatever.
But
Eddie said that, and this is where me and him got into it. Talking about arguments, right? Me and him got into it. He said, "Good, he deserved it." And there's plenty of people that echo that online, saying, "Good, he talked about his wife. He should deserve hit that guy." A lot of women have said, "Oh, if my husband didn't defend me, he would get it." Like they're expecting this.
yeah,
This
but
action.
the setting and the context matters a lot. Like
No,
if you're walking down the street and somebody says something about your wife, like if
Okay.
you don't
Yeah.
if you don't step up, motherfucker, there's something about you. But you're there at the Oscars, which I've heard nobody watches anymore, so their numbers went up, like viewership went up. Encanto got an award, right? So that's good.
Yeah, Coda
But,
looked cool. Like I haven't seen that movie, but it's sad. Me and Lucia were talking like, well, you know what? How am I gonna check out these films with everybody's talking about Will Smith as opposed to the films?
No,
You know,
but
Sam Jackson got an Oscar.
yeah,
Did you know that?
Yeah, I didn't. I like it. I got overlooked. Like, and the crazy part, it's like, I mean, the movie that Will got the award for, right? It's what's it called?
King
the
Richard.
movie? King Richard. I watched it 2 days before. I was in the hotel and they were actually playing it in the hotel. That motherfucker brought me to tears. Like, like, kinda
And
like
that's
the
some
whole emotion.
backlash too. The
It's a good
actual
movie.
dad, because he said when he had his speech, he said, "Oh, I play a crazy father, and I'm
Like,
still in that role."
motherfucker, who said that I would have done that? Like,
And then
you're not
he
me.
came back like, "I would never
don't
do that."
yeah, don't use me as
Yeah.
a blanket to excuse your actions. So what I'm trying to get at is like, if somebody out on the street, or like you've been to a club, you've been to
Yeah.
a concert where some guy says something to your girl. Like I remember one time me and they were like at an event watching like a DJ play or something, and we were getting close to this one guy. This is a big old white guy, and then this motherfucker just kind of pushes like their back, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then like this guy's like 2 feet taller than me.
Babe, you had
But
like what,
still.
4 beers in you? You're bulletproof and
Yeah.
7 feet tall, right?
Exactly, man. I'm nimble shit. Ask guy there. One time I got down with like 8 guys defending one of her friends because but anyways, like yeah, in that setting, yeah, like fuck you. What did you say? You know,
But
but
it's an
then
award show
it's an
that has
award show
traditionally been
tradition,
very light,
exactly,
telling jokes. They're a target. It's part of the fun. You're poking fun at
and
each other.
it's
You're
Chris
celebrating.
Rock, a comedian, like.
So then the question is, comedians moving forward. I mean, it's like, oh shit, now my guy have to worry because now Will
Oh yeah,
Smith has emboldened people.
I'm a Will Smith. I like how people immediately, and I even thought that too. Like as soon as I saw it, that's like Batman and Robin, right?
Oh yeah,
It's like
the
the
memes,
Batman and Robin
dude. The
meme.
internet was so
The
fast on
internet
that.
is
Like
quick, man.
they're still showing memes and everything with Will Smith. I don't know how I collect hats. The
Hmm.
next day, they had a secret drop, and it said, "Don't put keep our passwords out of your mouth." Like they were using it like that's the thing now. You know, like
No,
it's
but like it seemed like I don't know what like he seemed very emotional. So I mean, I don't think it was right what he did. Again, I don't think. I mean, if he had some, if somebody and if somebody in an award show like that said something like, "No, I'm gonna come look for you later, motherfucker. We're
yeah,
gonna fix
yeah.
this." Like gentlemen, right? Put up them guns and let's go if
You know,
that's what
it's
you
shitty
want to do.
because
But
I remember reading something where was it Denzel came and calmed him down and told him like, "Hey man, when you're at your highest point, that's when the devil comes for you." And he's like, "Okay, you're blaming the devil for all this
yeah,
shit
I
you've
don't like
done.
that.
Like, come on, man. Like,
That's what I don't know if you ever seen those like mega church pastors that they fucking snort coke and they
the
find
devil
them
made
like
me do it."
yeah, there's this one guy that they found them picking up a male s prostitute or something like that, and it's like, oh, the devil made me do it. Nah, motherfucker, like
No,
you
like
were in
that's
your
what I'm telling
emotional
you that
responsibility for it.
it
Like,
has to be his camp, like his fucking PR people
what do you
building
think?
something.
Edding says that it was okay. I don't
I
think it
don't.
is. Fuck
It
no.
was wrong. I think that there was no reason for him to go
Then
on stage
don't
and
go.
do
Like,
that.
you know what I mean? Like, if she, because I think it's recently that she found out that she has alopecia, right?
I think it's been about a year or so that
Yeah.
she came out
So
about
if
it.
that's the case, and don't go to the event, like, don't go. Like, tell me, like, if you go to a comedy show and you and your girl sit at the front,
You be ready.
gotta be
It's
ready,
like
right?
Gallagher. You're
I've
gonna
gone
get
to
some
yeah,
backsplash.
I've
You
gone to
know?
comedy shows. I fucking sit at the back. Fuck that. Like I'm not, I don't want to see. I don't want to get, So
No, but
then,
let's we're like here's the reality, right? Evan thinks yes, this was appropriate and he's all for it. I'm against it because one, it's inappropriate. That dude did his job. He was presenting and he's a comedian and this is what he does.
well,
So
his job is never an excuse. Fucking Nazis said that too, but
no, but he's delivering a joke that you yourself said. His job was to this has traditionally been a place. It's like
yeah,
can I put this? When
you're
you go to
setting
these
yourself
award
up. It's like
shows,
if you go to if you go to the movies, you better shut the fuck up, right? Like it's etiquette. There's a certain etiquette at different
yeah,
places where you
in
kind of
different places, but
uh,
it's like if you're going to these award shows, all they do is poke fun at each other and tell jokes about each other. That's expected. They were laughing. Everybody was laughing. But as soon as Will turned to the left and she was like, "Ugh," he got the fuck up and did something. That was
that's what we're like.
extreme.
That's I mean, I do appreciate that as soon as he saw distress in her, he like pounced. Like this motherfucker was boom boom like
But
on her.
it's not appropriate. It ruined the night for everybody else as far as
Even for the award that he won, right?
yeah. Even for the award he won, it spoiled it, and people gave him a standing ovation. Jim Carrey came on the next, I think, on Ellen or something, and was like, "I'm disgusted at how much of a coward Hollywood is. That they sat there and let this dude get away with this. That they didn't escort him out of there. He wasn't arrested for attacking somebody, and it ruined the night for the three presenters. The first time three female presenters are running that show, hosts, and he ruined it. He took away like the energy, the spirit of what that was. It's not right. It's not right at
Yeah,
all.
that's he made he made it completely about him, and he even overshadowed his own Oscar win, to be
Yeah.
honest, and for telling a very beautiful story, like King Richard, like to me, it kind of like what, like moms are moms and moms are beautiful, and like Moms are amazing, but dads are cool too. Like that. It made me feel good as a dad. It's like playing a role in your kid's life. Not just being not just being the disciplinarian. But like.
But also, like I was watching, I think the Breakfast Club, their videos, and they were talking about that. They were years ago talking, oh, Oscars are too white, and now the Oscars now are too black now because
It's ghetto now.
now it's too ghetto. Now it's the BET Awards. Like now it's too. Now we can't say anything. Now you got to watch out for somebody beating you up. They're like the best thing that could have happened was he could have done the sourpuss face. Been like, oh no, and then gone backstage and talked to him.
I'm trying to think of a comedian that's in shape, and the only person that comes to mind is Joe Rogan. Put Joe Rogan.
I guess he can choke him out if he comes on stage.
Somebody come up to Joe Rogan and try. Well, there's some other guy, I forget, but let me see if somebody's gonna go up to him and try and because
I want the Rock
comedian
to deliver a joke.
The Rock is not a comedian, but
he can tell a joke.
I know
he can read a prompter.
Yeah, but like when a comedian, the delivery that a comedian can provide and the nuance, it's like the punch.
So if Rosie O'Donnell goes up there and tells a joke, is someone gonna run up and slap Rosie O'Donnell?
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's the question, man. It sucks because look, Eddie said that freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from repercussions. I agree to that.
For both.
Yeah,
for both.
You're right. But at the same time,
freedom. No. He's getting that
different.
Shit. No, he's getting that shit twisted. Freedom of speech is one thing. Now he's inflicting bodily harm onto this other person. He attacked somebody. So what freedom of speech means that este cabrón Chris Rock said something. He could have easily just gotten up and just pretty much edit out the slap. And just put whatever he said when he went back. He's like, keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
He could have been rude and angry, sitting down saying, keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
That's all.
Never touched the guy. Hubiera muerto.
Right? And that alone would have been enough to overshadow everything, to be honest. I think
Jada would have approved. She would have been like, all right, you at least said something.
Okay, cool.
I know, it's just like me and your brother were not arguing, but it was just like a really like you really.
Yeah, but he's twisting the whole freedom of speech. Like, doesn't he understand that freedom of speech means that you get to say something, and then the other person does a rebuttal? Like no. Now, if we're talking about insults, that's a whole different thing, right? You're insulting somebody. That's not freedom of speech. So you're insulting somebody. Somebody's gonna come and fucking. But no, setting matters. Context matters. They were at an award show. A comedian got hired to deliver jokes, literally.
Yeah,
and then you showed up as an audience. Like people literally buy tickets to go to a comedy show, sit in the front row. Don't fucking get angry if they come at you. Like, you're there. Like, you're everybody's fair game. But then that's what
I was saying. It's like if you go to a Gallagher show and you sit in the front row
and you get watermelon on you.
Get watermelon on you.
Yeah,
come on, you're gonna get mad. I think it's just a shame. It's sad, man.
It's similar to, like, I don't know if you've ever been to, like when you go to a concert and you end up moshing or you end up getting pushed, and all of a sudden, I've had this happen to me. Like, fucking boomers are there for some reason. I mean, older people. It happened to me once. I'll kind of.
Because you go to Tool shows. Yeah, keep going.
No, but it wasn't even a Tool show. But I remember, and then all of a sudden, like, people started moving and bumping into each other, and I bumped into this lady, and this lady turned around and was like, "Stop!" Like, all outraged. A Karen, before Karens were a thing, right? And she literally yells at me, and I tell her, like, so you came, I yelled at her, so you came to a concert and expect nobody to bump into you?
Yeah, I hear you. No, it is. I think that, look, hands down, my opinion of it, inappropriate. Could it have been handled better? 100%. And I think that even Chris Rock right now walked away like, you know what? I'm gonna leave this shit alone. I'll talk about it later. I think he said, "Hey, I don't have anything to say right now."
You know what? He ended up adding like 9 new dates to his comedy tour, and his tickets went from 46 to like 346. So You know, like was
I
this on
saw
purpose?
like even Will
Was this
Smith lost like 20 million followers in one night on his like Instagram. Yeah,
shit?
20
I mean, I
million
don't know. Is
followers.
that a lot? Is that a lot?
20 million people, even 10 million bots is a lot of people. Fucking people, it's still a lot.
Yeah.
But that's what matters nowadays, people's opinion.
Yeah,
And
that's what keeps you relevant. Like and that's very important to point out because that sways everything at this point in time and how we consume media. Like I was
I
telling
mean,
my
people
dad,
don't remember, but you remember Dr. Dre slapped that reporter? Like that was fucking a
I
big
don't
deal
remember
too
that
back in the
actually.
day. Yeah,
I
he
don't remember
slapped some
that.
reporter from asking some stupid questions, whatever, and he like
There's
slapped
this
her.
other Mexican actor de telenovelas that slapped this other reporter too. Like, but yeah, that's important to kind of bring out because, um, like I was even telling my dad, like, which kind of I had a thought regarding that. Like, I've been telling my dad, hey, I don't know if you've noticed a lot of the artistas Latinos that back in the day would make a lot of music, como Paulina Rubio, Luis
Mhm.
Miguel, todos estos cabrones, like, o actores de novelas, ¿verdad? I don't know if you've noticed it because, now that, my parents are here, ponen Telemundo, Univision, and all they talk about is farándula, ¿verdad?
Oh, dude, don't get me
Farándula,
started that. Don't get me
farándula.
started that every fucking show on Univision is about chisme.
Yes, that's what I'm
And
trying to
what's
get
that
at.
fucking girl's name that got engaged and divorced and engaged and divorced?
I know who that
That
is.
one girl. She's on
Yeah.
every news show.
That's part of it. That's what I'm gonna say.
Ugh.
Belinda. Belinda.
There you go. Yeah,
There you go.
Belinda.
Yeah.
They have
So
nobody else.
what I'm trying to get at that I was telling my dad, we were watching. I put it on because in the morning, if you put like CNN or CBS or whatever, they're talking about traffic, the news,
Yeah,
weather, right? And then you
yeah.
put
Weather,
Univision.
traffic.
Yeah, and I'm like, I want to listen to it in Spanish, for my
Univision, it's
parents.
all chisme.
For my parents and for the kids, it's puro pinche chisme y que la Rosa de Guadalupe y que no sé qué chinga.
That's
So then,
true. That's
you
true.
know,
It's La Rosa de Guadalupe, chisme, lo que dice el dicho,
and then
más
Rosa de Guadalupe
chisme,
again,
another Rosa de Guadalupe,
y
and then
Doña Caso Cerrado, like
Caso
chingada.
Cerrado.
No, but what I'm trying to get at is like I was telling because we were watching a segment and Lupio Rivera was on it and all his brother, like his whole
Lupillo Rivera,
family.
yeah.
Yeah, his whole family was kind of involved in this whole drama. Again, Lupio Rivera even got a tattoo of Belinda. That's one of the guys that
Are you
she dated.
serious?
Yeah, that
I
motherfucker
didn't
got
know
a
that.
tattoo of Belinda right here, and he ended up like just like
On his bicep.
getting.
So he has a tattoo of Belinda
No, not
on his
anymore. He
bicep?
ended up getting it removed by tattooing a
Chisme.
black.
See, it's happening right now.
Yeah.
Stop it.
No,
Stop it.
but what I'm getting at is this, that I was telling my dad, like, hey, como Lupillo Rivera, his family, other old artists that we used to always consistently see put out material, whether it be music or telenovelas. Now they don't put anything out, but they consistently are in the now being talked about for dumb shit that they did, stupid shit that they did.
Yeah.
And I tell him, and my dad is like, pinches, and then my dad is because these older actors that aren't getting any more work are popular because they keep themselves in the drama, because then those views get monetized, and then Univision and Telemundo is like, let's have you on to talk about that one dumb thing you did, or that one dumb thing you said, or that one dumb thing you said, and this other person said something about it's like a lot of like, you said this, but then somebody said this, and then somebody. It's like,
And how come it always how come they always talk like they're at a fucking like circo, It's
yeah,
like,
all of it.
oh, viene más, and
Which
uno
again,
más. Like,
now we're
ugh,
going back. We're going back to the Oscars. It's that shit's all turning into a fucking circus. Because
true.
one, not a lot of people are paying attention to the Oscars anymore, and now people are. And now you have Will Smith did what he did. Now Jim Carrey said this. Oh my God, Jim Carrey said this. And
Yeah.
oh no, but
Yeah, you're right.
Tiffany Haddish supports
My Primos Podcast said this. Right? Put us up
So
there,
then
man.
it's like, which is one thing I was thinking about. Like, it feels like we're just everybody just talking about it. There's very few people creating, and I'm not and obviously we're not included there. We're just talking shit too, right? So then, I mean, which is good. That's why you're working on a comic, right? You're putting out some work. So definitely create, whether it be food or stories or build something. But it's good to create. The last thing we want to do is just a bunch of people running around chasing our tails, talking about each other, which is what fucking. It's like all those shows that they talk about, like wives of Orange County or wives of Atlanta. It's like, okay, what are you doing? Everybody has a hater. No, nobody hates you, lady. Nobody hates me. There's no My Primos Podcast haters. Like, there's either fans or people that don't give a fuck. Like, that's typically,
people I've never heard of.
Yeah, people don't give a fuck. Like, it's like I wonder how big do you have to be to have haters? You know what I mean? Like, some people do have haters, but most people don't. Like, nobody hates you. You know, like,
no, nobody hates me.
Drama for a lot of nothing.
I think that you're right. I think that we need to celebrate creative people. Said that it's not become a monetization to just have drama, and it overshadows the creativity. Like these movies, these films, these creators. You know, it's sad. Even the comedians are performing for the show for people. They got shit on because of Will Smith and all this, right? And la farándula de aquí de Latinoamérica, whatever. Yeah, it's. I always talk about how I feel like Spanish TV is 20 years behind American TV. Like it feels like
apparently they're ahead because it seems like TMZ, TMZ is like a version of what Latin America has been doing the whole time, right? And sometimes TMZ is fun. Like I'll come across it on. Anytime I stay at a hotel, like I'll come across it, and I'll just watch some dumb people say dumb.
But I do agree that we need to keep creating, and don't let this stop you from creating, doing your own thing, and just don't have your world revolve around drama, and other shit people are doing. Do your own thing, man. The community we're part of and we surround ourselves with. I'm glad that we're a lot of creators, the people that can enjoy each other's company, talk. We're gonna have some guests on here soon. Yeah, I did get a thumbs up from Terry Blas. I have to reschedule, but we're going to get him on soon. Also, I think Oscar said he wants to visit and talk with us from 5 Meats about his thoughts on Morbius. That's coming out this week, too.
When is that coming out?
This week, April 1st. April
1st, okay.
So we have stuff coming up, guys. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the show today. Really enjoyed talking with Walter. I haven't seen him, really chatted with him in the last couple of weeks. But just feel free to reach out to us.
Are you feeling better? Because you also been kind of like away.
Yeah, I was sick.
Really.
No, I've been sick. I've been writing though, so that helps. And I'm working with Josh again at CRT Creative. Look him up, and that way we can just kind of support him. Primo helping us out with our comic, and I've been writing, working with him. He's showing me some cool art. So just go share his work. Look us up on, of course, all social media at My Primos Podcast. Walter, take us out, man. Some good words.
Just create, man. You fucking write, sing, paint, quilt, cook. Fuck. That's one. That's like if we weren't for that, none of us would be here, right? So yeah, just keep creating, man. Don't let anything else overshadow it. Bad boys for life.
No.
Is there gonna be a new Bad Boys? No, right?
I don't know.
It's like that. I don't know if you've seen this sketch where this guy just slaps everybody. Like it would be do a Bad Boy where he just unsheathes his hand and just slaps everybody.
Good night, everybody. Adios.